Hey friends, welcome back to Magus of the Frog. I hope you're having a lovely day. I certainly am. I finally have a day off and we'll be jamming some magic. Back at it again with Simic Merfolk Midrange. The goal for today is just to climb the ladder. We hit Platinum 2 the other day and my hope is to get into Mythic before I start Pioneer coming next week. There's a card releasing in that set that I am building my brew around, so gotta wait until it drops. Now, since we are ranking today, I have configured the list here to go against a wide range of decks. Actually trying out Jace in the main board today and running all of our planeswalkers for game 1. I think it's still a strong strategy here, and hopefully Jace can help stem the bleeding against the aggressive red decks. We've got various options here in the sideboard to deal with problematic artifacts, enchantments, graveyards, and creatures with things like Unable to Scream and Eaten by Piranhas. So we'll see how we do against the rank ladder here. Not much else to say. We've got the Timeless Metagame Challenge this weekend. Oh, and I've got a sweet brew for that. I'm going to just jump right into the fire of that format and to our brew to be as competitive as it can be. So I hope you tune in for that. Alright, have you hit that like button yet? I had to ask, guys. Thank you so much for all the engagement so far. Comment below and let me hear from you. What decks do you play? What formats do you invest in? And if you feel so inclined, a subscription would be heavenly. Alright, let's jam some games. Let's see how this goes. I'll see you round 1. Let's get it. Okay, round 1 here. This looks like a keepable hand. We got Scout into Drowner. Work our way towards Vivian Reed here. Looks like we're against the red deck. I think I'll still start with the Scout here. So they can safely attack here. The question is if they're going to play another creature or not. Looks like they're just going to clear the way. Okay, so we'll save Floodpit's Drowner here. Okay. And then what we can do here is once they attack, we tap down something like the Swift Spear here, and then we trade with the Emberheart Challenger. Ooh, unfortunate that we didn't get some action here, but we can use this to cycle, draw a card, and create a food token. And then we have an unsummon just in case something gets super scary. We're at 16, they got 5 cards in hand. Here comes a Manifold Mouse. It's not going to be attacking this turn. And then let's just do this to draw a card and create a food token. Ah, and an unsummon actually, since we drew another one, I'm just going to use this here. Another Vivian Reed, huh? Well, I think we're just going to keep up the food token and have an unsummon here. So I think I will unsummon the mouse here. I'll do it end of turn. Let's also gain 3 life. Back up to 18. Return that mouse and then play Vivian Reed and plus her. Hoping to look for something like a Drowner here. Hex Catcher is something that I guess we'll use to either counter a spell or make it so that we can trade with something. The Shadow Sidebinders here is pretty good against the Hard Claw, and it looks like they're spending some attacks here to try and get rid of Vivian Reed, which we are totally okay with. So let's plus her. Scout here I think is nice. That means we can save up all of our Merfolk here. Untap lands, great, and then we'll just pass, keeping up Tidebinder and Hexcatcher. Here comes a Heartfire Hero. And then if they attack, we have some... Okay, so this we will Tidebinder. And the Burst Lightning, we will Hexcatcher. So instead of the Burst Lightning getting the Tidebinder here, I mean, it looks like we'll be able to save it anyway. So why not let's do this. That way we keep our Scout, we trade the Swift Spear, and we kill the Hard Claw. Okay, that worked out. That worked out. Hexcatcher's great here. We'll plus this. And then Flood Pit's Drowner is exactly the kind of thing we're looking for here. We'll just play Hexcatcher now. Play this tap. And go on the offensive. So next turn they can Manifold Mouse and then target their Heartfire Hero, which we can use the Drowner on. And we're getting so much card advantage here just from Vivian Reed. So we'll use this on the Challenger. And they can't really attack with their Heartfire Hero here. And Tidebinder's great there, and we're just kind of running away with the game here. We'll get another blocker. It's a lot of lands, but we'll take it. So they're down to 4. I don't think they can come back from this. We got a Tidebinder on hand here. And then we can just Tidebinder this trigger right here. Okay, so that kind of worked out. In terms of going against the red deck here, we want to keep Unsummon. I don't think Deep-Root Pilgrimage is where we want to be. Vivian Reed, although great there, it's a bit awkward because we're going to be in the draw now, and she's a 5 to cast. So we'll bring in 4 Change the Equations. We can also bring in the Frillbacks here instead of the Enduring Curiosity, just because they gain life. Other considerations here are Unable to Scream and Eaten by Piranhas, which might be worth it instead of Oko. Because Oko only really does create Elks, and on the draw, creating Elks on turn 4 after they've already had 4 turns might not be as useful as, say, doing Unable to Scream and Eaten by Piranhas early. So we'll see how this goes. Game 2, they are in the play. Our win rate against red decks on the draw is atrocious. Okay, this looks like a workable hand. We at least have the Drowner, which is one of our best cards against them. But if they start with the 1-drop here, it might stay for a while. Okay, Sanctum, pass. Another Swift Spear. Okay. Another Sanctum here. This tells me that they have something like a Burst Lightning. Okay, here comes a Emberheart Challenger. And given that they have something like Burst Lightning here, I'm just going to tap down the Emberheart Challenger here. They're likely going to just try and clear the way here. And this saves the most damage. Okay, it was a Tortured Tower. Okay, so next turn we have Frill back to gain us 4 life. And right now we have a couple of stuff that we can keep. We can Tidebinder here, just to use our mana efficiently, and it will likely still eat a removal spell here. But that means they're getting low on resources here. We're gonna take 4, but we're gonna gain 4 on our next turn here. Okay, and they didn't have an instant there. Okay, here comes Screaming Nemesis. And they made it so that we can't gain life this game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we kind of just have to do this. No, I think we have to kill the Nemesis now, right? Or maybe the Emberheart Challenger? It's hard to say. But we're in the back foot here. Not much we can do. Yeah, and we can't gain life anymore. Okay. That just happens against the red deck. And in terms of being on the play here, I wouldn't mind another Eaten by Piranhas. And take out maybe something like the boat. Alright. Good news is we're on the play, so we're hoping for some cheap interaction here in our opening hand. Okay, we got a Scout into the Drowner into Tidebinder, so that can really help us. We also got Jace here. Would have loved to have been a 2/2 here in case they play a Swift Spear. Okay, at least we have changed the equation here. Alright, we'll pass the turn. Keeping up, change the equation and Flood Pit's Drowner. Okay, here comes a Lithomantic Barrage. We can't do anything about that. And then we're just going to use this to use our mana efficiently here. If they use a removal spell on it, that's okay because we're going to jam Jace here. Okay, so play this. And unfortunately we'll be taking 2 damage here, but we get to save a lot by using the +1 here. The next turn we got Tidebinder plus Unsummon or change the equation. That's perfect to unsummon and change the equation. So let's use this here and then pass. Ooh. So we can use Tidebinder on this, or we change the equation. I think it has to be changed the equation to make sure it just doesn't stick. And then we can unsummon Screaming Nemesis here. See if they do anything. Okay, this I will unsummon. Okay, and then we'll plus on Screaming Nemesis here. And pass. Would really need to draw some action though. Kinda drawing a lot of lands here. Well, we at least get a free Swift Spear here. And then they're out of cards. Oh, and someone was great here. I think we still have to plus here. And then this is a good position because they're using all of their attacks on Jace. Okay, well, we're going to unsummon this. Okay, we need way more action here. Really unfortunate that we got a land there. If we -2 and draw a card, no, that's not good. We kind of just have to hope that they brick and draw like a land here. No blocks. Soulstone Sanctuary is not bad here. It does become a creature. Here comes Emberheart Challenger. Another Heartfire Hero. Okay, we really need some action here. Ooh, unfortunate for our opponent. They don't know we have a 3/3. Oh, thank goodness. Another Tidebinder's great here. We'll plus here. And then we can attack here and they can Screaming Nemesis to hit us for 3 and we can't gain life. But we can Tishana's Tidebinder that trigger. Okay. I think it will work out. Okay. It didn't end up taking the block there. Ah, here we go. And then I'm okay blocking here. And yep, we'll still keep up. Oh, another land. That's not what we're looking for. Alright, at least we get to attack here. Another Rockface Village. Okay, well, we're gonna use this. And then no blocks. Yeah, you can do 3 damage to Jace. That's not going to my face. And wonderful. So we can still gain life here. So that's what we're going to do. We'll make sure we get our Heartfire hero here. I think that's a better use of our time here. Then we'll go... Make sure we just don't get messed with by the shuffler here. And we only need to do this once. Attack here? I don't think so. Not quite yet. Yep, that's still Tidebindered, so it doesn't get a counter. How many Monstrous Rage have they used? 2? And guys, we are okay if they go for Jace here. Okay, change the equation is nice here. I think we just go attack all. They're at 13, we're attacking for 9 here. We gotta change the equation. You're gonna use Rockface Village again on this Heartfire. Okay, we'll take this. Okay, Pop Patch formation. I don't think we can really get through here. They have to chump. So let's draw a card and make a food token here. Okay, so as long as they don't block the... I think we win here with Hexcatcher, right? Okay, let's not use that yet. So they need to... Oh, okay, perfect. So they didn't block our 1 Merfolk here, which means we're getting in for 4. Nice. And we did it. Jace was so clutch there. They spent so much of their attacks just trying to get the Jace down, and I think they recognized there at the end, like, hey, we need to just start going for the life total. But it was too little too late. Alright. Let's go to the next one. Okay, round 2 here. We're on the play. And this is a keepable hand. We'll start off with a Scout here. Okay, Schooner's nice here. I think they're playing Golgari just based on their sleeves and avatar. No, it's Dimir. We got juked. Okay, well at least we can kill a flyer here. Let's see if they use a cut down here. Okay, they don't. Let's play the Schooner. And the cut down will finally happen, I think. Okay, so we're just gonna leave open our Tishana's Tidebinder here. Mastermind's great here because we can immediately kill it, and they don't have something to bring Kaito in. Overlord of the Flood Pits. I don't know if they usually play that, but it looks like this is not just any Dimir deck. It's like a Valgavoth deck as well. Well, in that case, what can I do on turn 4 that's really scary? I guess an Archfiend. So let's play Hexcatcher here. Gotta get this pressure rolling. Can't just be waiting reactively. Should have waited for the land drop to play Soulstone Sanctuary there, but that's okay. Here comes the duress. That's not gonna do anything, but they will be aware of the Tidebinder now. Yeah, this no problem. Okay, so we might get Valgavoth here. So we're just gonna take this time to put pressure here. We'll go Tidebinder, Pilgrimage, and then if they zombify Valgavoth here, and someone's good against Valgavoth, we'll just have to sacrifice a lot. That's gonna be rough. Okay, here's the zombify. Unsummon. Okay, so if we tap Tidebinder here, we'll be creating another Merfolk token, and then we sack. Oof, rough. Okay. We're gonna have to play this like this. So we'll create Soulstone Sanctuary. We'll use this to crew that. And then hold control. Attack here. And then that creates a... Oh, Flood Pits I think is good. And then we unsummon here. Paying with this, sacrificing this, and this. And just make sure we get in for a lot of damage here. Okay. So we're in trouble if... No, we can still win if they play Valgavoth because we can Flood Pits Drowner it, sacrifice 3 creatures, but crew the schooner so that it can attack. Okay, they're gonna get the Flood Pits Drowner here too. Forgot about that. So they have 2 blockers here. Okay, we still make it. Drowner was a good keep there. Oh boy, Valgavoth stuff. So we'll definitely be bringing Pick Your Poison, Ghost Vacuum, and Tranquil Frillback. Keeping Vivian Reed, Jace the Mind Sculptor, not good here. Jace the Mind Sculptor, Jace the Perfected Mind, I mean. Unsummon was good there, but... I don't know, do we keep it or do we take out, like, Deeproot Pilgrimage? Scout is not the best here. And I think there's something to be said about possibly playing Eaten by Prawns and Unable to Scream. Maybe that's better than an unsummon, at least. The Unable to Screams. Okay, let's give this a try. Hoping for a Ghost Vacuum early. Oh, ask and you shall receive. Okay, let's just put it down early, I think. That way it skips the duress. Okay, here comes a Picklock Prankster, which I think we're just gonna play the schooner here. Oh, okay. They're going for more mid-range kind of deal here. That's okay. We'll go Botanical Sanctum. Tap down Gix. And we gotta apply pressure here. So we'll be drawing an extra card per turn. They'll also be taking an extra damage per turn. That's no problem. And we'll use Ghost Vacuum here. Okay, Tidebinder's great there. So we'll play Restless Vinestalk. Pass. We can also Drowner the Prankster here. If they kill the Drowner, we have Schooner. Okay, they don't attack. Okay, we got Kiora. Nice. Happy to get a Kiora of our own. We're eventually going to be able to cast Ghost Vacuum. Okay, so we can do Cavern of Souls here on Merfolk, play this, and pass. I guess we play Tishana's Sidebinder now. Then I'm okay blocking the Gix. Okay, here comes a Floodpits Drowner. Okay, so we'll use this to actually get our Floodpits Drowner here. Pick your poison is nice. We can have them sack a... enchantment? Yeah. Play this, and then just pass the turn here. Here comes another Flood Pits. That means to get a Threshold. Okay. Well, we have to do this now. Get a Overlord or the Flood Pits. They get to attack for 1. Sidebinder. Okay. I think we do this. Get a bunch of stuff. We use this on Overlord here. We get to draw 2, discard 2 lands. Okay, and then we go in with our schooner here. You might get an 8/8 next turn, but we're okay with that. Okay, and someone's great there. They can take 6 down to 8. And then they make an 8/8, but we have the unsummon for it. Okay, here's a Shieldred. We can unsummon that as well. Okay, we can also just use the Tidebinder on the Shieldred here. Okay, so draw, and then wait till we get the Shielded trigger, and then play this to counter it. Getting this. And then Paw Patch Formation to get rid of their blocker here. And then we attack with all our flyers. Haya, haya, haya. We make an 8/8 of our own. We draw, and we can discard the scout here. Here comes a Mastermind that trades with any of these. Unless we Hexcatcher. That means they get to attack with their 8/8 and we don't have unsummon anymore. Okay. No problem. We can always just sacrifice our 8/8 to kill their 8/8. Not sacrifice, I mean block. They got a Restless Reef here. Looks like they're not going to use it. I think this is a no block. Okay, Unable to Scream is nice here. I think we use that on the Shieldred, just in case they find a way to deal with our Tidebinder, and then we Vinestalk here. And then an Aetherize kills us here. But we're not going to play around Aetherize here. Ooh, got there. Very nice. Got faked out by the Golgari sleeves and then thought they were Dimir Tempo or something. And then they were a graveyard deck. And then they took out all of the Vagavots and just became a Dimir midrange deck. I see you, opponent. You're cooking over there. Alright. That was fun. Let's go to the next one. Okay, round 3 here. This is a keepable hand. I think I'm actually going to start with the Vine Stalk here instead of the Scout. Ah, okay, so this could be a +1/+1 counter kind of deal here. They're not gonna have haste, so maybe Schooner's the way to go here? I'm not sure. Next turn we can Scout plus keep up Hexcatcher and Drowner. Okay, they missed the land. Okay, they stumbled. So, Scout here. Unsummon, I think, is good against them. And then we can take the Scout out of cut down range, but it still dies to things like Go for the Throat. Okay, so this we will sacrifice. Oh, okay. So we got a nice tempo game there. And maybe they just didn't have anything beyond that, especially that they missed a land drop there. So, Golgari, I think what we're going to do is take out the unsummons. We're going to bring in our enchantment hate. 1, 2, 3. I'm also tempted to keep stuff like Eaten by Piranhas and Unable to Scream. But I'm not sure what to cut for that. I think we can at least get rid of 2 scouts here and bring in the Unable to Scream. Just to deal with things like Sholdred or Preacher of the Schism. They're going quite hard with +1/+1 counters maybe, so something along the lines of Eaten by Piranhas will also be good here. This is a lot of 4 drops. Okay, so maybe just 2 Frillback and 2 Oko, and bring in 2 Eaten by Piranhas. So we're just trying to see if we can deal with their problematic creatures early. Because we don't really know what they're running yet. Okay, this is an unfortunate mulligan. Great cards here, but no lands to cast them. We can keep this, but a bit awkward that we don't have any early plays beyond Paw Patch formation here. Okay, at least we got a Jace. Okay. Oh, and a Flood Pit's Drowner is great here. So we got a great curve now. Yep. We will Drowner this. And then we'll keep it in check with Jace here. We can at least do this first. Okay. They're quite the Golgari midrange deck here, just playing with some odd cards that are not traditional. I like it. Okay, so they use Terra Sunder here, hoping for a land here. Yikes. A land would have really gotten us great there. So maybe we just Eaten by Piranhas, or maybe we pop Patch Formation to draw a card. Rough. I think we're gonna draw a card here. Okay, paid off. Let's attack here. So if they attack, I might have to just Eaten by Piranhas this. They do have Terra Sunder, so might not work out. I will trade. Preacher is good here. That would have been great to save Piranhas on. Ooh, unfortunate. We did not draw land here. Vivian Reed would have been great. So they're playing Deep Cavern Bats. I think we just play out Oko. Okay, so non-traditional Golgari list here, but playing very strong cards. It looks like they're leaning a lot into the mid-game here. I don't know if they'd even be running cards like Llanowar Elves here. So they probably get Vivian Reed or the Curiosity. Okay, the Curiosity. Well, we'll block here. Okay, Vivian Reed's nice because we get to deal with the Deep Cavern Bats here.
Concrete jungle. Sounds like my kind of place. Life is tenacious, isn't it?
So we offer the trade here, but this means if they take the trade, we can keep our Vivian Reed. If they don't take the trade, then they kill Vivian Reed. But Oko lives. So they get to make a decision here. Okay. So they're gonna kill Oko, but maybe it looks like Vivian Reed survives here. Yeah, they didn't draw land for Restless Cottage. So we'll block. They could still have a removal spell here. Oh, okay. Well, we have the Frill back for that. So we'll plus here. Maybe look for a Drowner. Yikes. Okay, we'll get the Vine Stalk, I think. So we'll play the untapped land. We'll Frill back here. Autopay, decline the next one. Destroy, annex. End the turn. And then we'll just try and keep Vivian alive here. Looks like they didn't draw a land for the Restless Cottage. Or, I mean, they had the Llanowar Elves. So, I'm gonna... No, I think I do block with the Frill back here. I was thinking maybe I'd block with the Hexcatcher. But this might end up being useful. Okay. We can kill that with Vivian Reed. And then we get to draw with Enduring Curiosity.
I lost. It is what we adapt to any situation.
Okay, and then Vinestock here, keeping up Flood Pit's Drowner and the Schooner. Okay, Tranquil Frillback will deal with the Curiosity here. No problem, so they exile our graveyard as well. Okay. Then unable to scream on their Frillback. Or do we just save this? I think we have to just save it. Plus this. I mean, we just gotta put pressure, right? And then we'll save the unable to scream against a blocker here. Oh, they got the Deep Garen Bat anyway. Okay, and here comes a Glissa. Well, I think we still win here because Vinestock makes Hexcatcher a 3/3. And then we got another one. And then if, you know, if we get the unable to scream back here, then we use it on Preacher of the Schism here. I think we have to use it on the Schism here. And then we have Vinestock next turn. They need to... Okay, so they get our food token here and they gain 4 life. Oh, no, they get our... what you call that? Are unable to scream here. Okay. Oko was a great draw here. We're gonna take a turn off attacking. I'm surprised they didn't gain 4 life there. So let's see, they got enough mana to create Restless Cottage here. Ritual Chamber. We can't quite... So, okay, so if we do this, they have to tap their land or elves, and then they have 3. But then they get a demon. Okay. Schooner here is not what we're looking for. So maybe we plus. Oh, perfect. Okay. So we get to do this, destroy their ritual chamber, gain 4 life, and exile their graveyard. Yeah. Use all of these, destroy that, exile their graveyard, gain 4 life. And then we kind of just have to pass here. The demon can get Oko. Okay, wow, they're getting a lot of the board here gummed up. We need something to deal with this Glissa. Okay, Tidebinder. Tidebinder can at least get a Schism. They've got 5 blockers right now. We can attack with 5 different things. They block Restless Vinestock with Glissa. Okay, so it looks like we can't attack. Tricky stuff here. They can attack with a 6/6. We got the life total to take a few hits here. Do they have another play here? Well, we can Tidebinder the activation here. Or we can just... Okay, I think we're just going to Tidebinder the activation here.
This was inevitable as the rise of the downtrodden.
And then let's use this. Cavern of Souls is not it. Cavern of Souls is not it. Because we're still in the same position now where we have 5 attackers and they have 5 blockers. Rough. Yeah, we unfortunately have to pass here, guys. Good news is their Vraska is turned off, but if they find the removal spell, looks like they probably drew that for the turn. I don't think they have a removal spell right now. Okay, they're leaving everything back here. Oh, okay, Jace. Jace can get the Glissa Sunslayer in check. And then they have to use the... They have to use this on it. Actually, maybe I use it on the demon here. Let's see, does anybody have 20 in the graveyard? No.
Become subdued.
Grindy game here. Making a treasure token. Well, nothing we can do about this. Now Vraska is available.
Gaze into my eyes.
They can't really use the 0, can they? But they can use it on our... Okay, they get to draw here. All going for Jace, huh? Okay, well, we can at least trade with the Sentinel here. And then chump block the Glissa. Or... Yeah, I think we have to just trade with the Sentinel here. And then Jace dies. If they have a removal spell, it's just bad for us.
Don't understand what's important. Knowledge reacquired.
Okay, if we Vine Stalk and attack, they can survive. Unless we find a Drowner specifically. Oh, okay, they had another Glissa. That's why. Drowner? That's not a Drowner, unfortunately. But that is a Tidebinder. Okay, we're gonna have to pass here. We have them on the ropes, but they've successfully put up a brick wall. They have Anoint the Affliction here. They can go to 2 if they really want to. Yeah. Then we just have to pass here. Nothing we can do about this. So they can attack for 6 in the air. They can draw a card here. I can use Tidebinder on that, but I don't think that's right. They can keep up a Restless Cottage here. Whew. Okay, very scary. We really need Drowner. I think that's our only out. Yeah, no problem. Okay, and then we will use this. That's fine, we still counter the ability. Okay, Drowner, but unfortunately they have more blockers. Okay, if we Drowner a blocker here like Glissa, attack with Vine Stalk. Okay, we have to wait till next turn. Okay. Gotta use this on the flyer. And then let's see how they attack. Okay, and they're at effectively 5 life. 6 with this. And then if we animate something, block, chump, 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 they go... Okay. So we block here, we chump here, we chump here, and then we do this. I think we're still dead, unfortunately. Had they attacked with the elves there, they would have just won. But I think we're still dead. Yeah. Double block plus gain 2 life here. I mean 3 life. Yeah, well played, well played. So an unsummon would have gotten us there. But it was worth the effort. We almost had them. And I think in that game, everything kind of looks okay here. I think unsummon would have been great here. So we'll still keep our stuff here. I don't think Jace is as good as, say, the third Oko. And maybe something like Pick Your Poison. I'm tempted to bring in Jace back. I think this can deal with Glissa and Preacher perfectly. I still want the Pick Your Poisons though, so we're gonna have to cut 3 here. I'm gonna go. All of the scouts are gone. And then 1 less Deeproot Pilgrimage since we don't have the scouts anymore. Okay. Alright, we're gonna be grinding here. Let's hope we get a good hand. Something that can curve out is what we're looking for here. Okay, this is a very defensive hand, but might still be worth it. Because we got land drops, and we're just going to hope we draw to more action. Okay. We'll go Botanical Sanctum here. Keep up Floodpit's Drowner. Yeah. They're likely going to get Deeproot Pilgrimage here. You can also just drown away the bat here. So let's do that. Let's attack for 2. Drown away the bat. And if they annex here, we have the Frillback. If they Glissa here, we got Unable to Scream. Plus Tidebinder. Okay, interesting. Here comes Deep Cavern Bat, but we can use the Tishana's Tidebinder trigger here. They can cut down our Tidebinder here. But at least we counter. Okay, Floodpit's Drowner's great there because we can play Pilgrimage here. Okay, here comes Unholy Annex. And then we're gonna use this on the bat here. Jace. Jace, or do we use Soulstone Sanctuary? I think it's Frillback, actually. So we can Jace. And then you have a Restless Cottage. Okay, so I think it is Frillback. Destroy target and gain 4 life. Here comes a cut down. Totally okay with that. We can also animate our Sanctuary and start making dorks by tapping it. You got Restless Vinestalk. Okay, here comes Bloodthirsty Conqueror, which we can tap down and then shuffle away. So we'll do this. Okay, plus here on the bat, because we're gonna be drowning the Conqueror anyway. So we are signaling something to do with the Conqueror here by not using the Jace on it. But at least this is an this ability will resolve. And just hope they don't deal with the Flood Pits Drowner before we interact with it. Okay. Holy moly, that's a lot. I think we have to draw here. Try and look for our things to deal with flyers. Okay, nothing we can do here besides just using this. We at least get a dork for our troubles. And then we pass. And we'll do the same play next turn, this turn, where we're gonna Flood Pits Drowner that. Here comes a Deep Cavern Bat. We're gonna let it resolve first, and then play Flood Pits Drowner. They get to do 1 damage to Jace here. Okay. We'll plus here on this bat. We'll play this. So we get another dork. We'll attack with everybody. And then make 2 dorks here by shuffling away the Conqueror. Okay, we're slowly coming back from this, but we are far from being safe. They can Restless Cottage here. That means Jace gets to survive, but they also make a food token here. So we'll block here. Okay, Hexcatcher is great here. Use it on this bat that can block. And then we'll do this. And then we'll attack. And then flash in. Okay. Well, didn't work out the way they want to here. Because we're going to get a bunch of dorks that can deal with this Go for the Throat. Okay, we have them down to 6. Jace will survive here again unless they have a Terra Sunder. No problem on the bats here. Yo, we got there, guys. Oh my goodness, that was scary. They had so many outs to that game. Looks like we got plat 1, 2. Very nice. That was a grind. Game 2, we had them on the ropes. We almost had them, but they were able to stabilize. And then game 3, we just seemed to be able to curve out very nicely there. All right. Whew. Take a little break, and then I'm going to go on to the next round. All right. See you guys then. Okay, back for round 4 here, and This hand I'm actually gonna strangely keep because we can use paw patch formation to cycle. But this looks like maybe it's a domain deck, so paw patch formation is actually great here. And if they beanstalk here, I think I will just kill it. Yeah. Next turn, we can schooner unless we draw something else. Okay, scout into schooner works out, I think. Okay, flood pit's drowner. How good is that? Next turn, we're gonna be doing the cat anyway. Okay, I think we'll still keep it. It's a good tempo play, and if they don't have any removal, we just need more stuff in the board that can draw us cards from curiosity. Okay, Overlord here is great because they're tapped out, and I'm safely going to be able to cat plus crew here. Okay. We'll go Island, Curiosity. Let's crew here. Swing in for 5. Get an Explore trigger. We don't need another boat here. We're just looking for powerful planeswalkers. Tishana's Tidebinder is a great draw there because we can keep both of these creatures up next turn. Okay. They don't have Sunfall. Okay, here comes a Leyline Binding. We can eventually find something to destroy that Leyline Binding. Cavern of Souls, let's say Merfolk here. And then I guess we just use the schooner. I should have waited for my land drop to see the Explore trigger first. Okay, Drowner I'll keep because now we've got tempo elements here. So if they animate their Overlord, if they play a Zur here, we can Shana's Tidebinder that. I think that's the one thing we'll wait for. Yeah, they play this on human, so a Zur is coming. And then we can unsummon our own stuff to save it. Oh yeah, here comes a Zur. One of the scariest cards here. Can't be countered, but we can counter the activation here. Let's do this. And then we'll tap down their Zur here and shuffle it away. Okay. So do this. Do we have lethal? Wait, we have lethal, right? Vinestock? Yeah, we do. Okay. Then we use this on the scout. Oh, okay. Not lethal. Not lethal. Thankfully, the Zur is turned off right now. Okay. Beanstalk. They need to kill the Tidebinder right now and animate something like their Leyline Binding. Okay, so they didn't have it. We'll go this on Drowner. This. And then if they do something to our Tishana's Tidebinder, we're going to unsummon. Oh, okay. 3 damage to the schooner. That's strange. Do they have oh, a get lost, but that doesn't solve their problem. I think they misplayed that. I think they should have get lost the Tidebinder and then try and animate a Leyline binding. I mean, we could have responded to the get lost by unsummoning the Zur. So we still had lethal. Okay, let's bring in our enchantment removal and then stuff to deal with Zur, maybe. I think unsummon's not really that good. Neither is Jace. All of these can work. Unable to Scream is not as good as Eaten by Piranhas, simply because Eaten by Piranhas has Flash. So maybe we can take that out. Our best cards here are like things like Tidebinder and all our enchantment removal. So maybe we go down the Scouts here. They're just kind of outclassed here on the draw. They do help with the smoothing of the draws, but we have a lot of cards that we sideboarded in, so something had to go. Okay, game 2. This... I don't know about this one. We get an early Deeproot Pilgrimage, but not good against their Beanstalk into Overlord. Yeah, let's mulligan. Ugh. Okay. Well, we're keeping this. Oh! Oh no, Shuffler. Shuffler did our work for us. Oh well, that's unfortunate. Would have loved to see them play it out, but sometimes Shuffler just screws with you, so... Oh well. This wasn't a very good hand anyway. Doesn't really have anything to deal with their usual opening of Beanstalk into Overlord. Unless we draw a Merfolk. Okay. Alright. On to the next one. Okay, round 5 here. We're on the play. That's nice. This looks like a keepable hand. We're looking for lands. We can curve out if we just draw some more lands here. So we have some early game. Depending on what they're playing, I might start off with Schooner instead of keeping Drowner up. Ah, okay. So... Dimir. There are many Dimir variants though, so I'm not quite sure what they're playing yet. A pass here tells me this might be a... like a Fairy Mastermind? We'll have a land here. That's not a land, so let's bin it. Looking for a land. Very nice. And then we have Unsummon up, which I think we will use immediately, so that they don't Kaito us. Okay, they're starting off with a cut down. So this is a Jace the Perfected Mind. They're playing a Mastermind here. I think we actually keep up Flood Pit's Drowner here. It's not the most mana efficient play, but it's something we can use to deal with this Fairy Mastermind here. So we get got by a Phantom Interference here. But just making sure they don't come out with an Oko is... not with an Oko, with a Kaito is kind of the priority here. We're still playing the tempo game plan right now before we start going into our mid-range cards here because we just need some land. Okay, we got some land here. And I think we're just gonna go ahead and get an Explore trigger here. Okay. Well, I think we go for the Jace here before the Oko. Either way, they need to counter this if they have one. They can either have 3 steps ahead or Phantom Interference. Okay. Well, we're gonna minus here because a Fairy Mastermind doesn't kill it currently. Oh, nice. We got rid of a bats there. They get to draw there. Oh, they get an Enduring Curiosity. Wasn't playing around that. But that's okay. We got Vivian Reed and we got an unsummon for it. Okay. So one thing we can do here is play Oko. But it will just die to the Mastermind. So maybe we just Deeproot Pilgrimage here. They're gonna use a removal spell here. Ah, okay. They had a counter. So it's a good thing we didn't just put out our Planeswalker there. Enduring Curiosity of our own. Play this and end the turn. We will unsummon their Enduring Curiosity here. So if they want to play it, I mean, if they want to draw cards, they'll have to play it again, leaving them tapped out. Unless they have something like... Ah, Phantom Inference. Well, we're kind of okay with this because we get to draw ourselves. Ah, here comes Preacher. That's going to be difficult for us to deal with. Okay. We can at least Vivian Reed kill the Mastermind here. And then get their Curiosity because they have to get... They have to attack Vivian Reed. Yeah, I think that's the best play. We're gonna lose Vivian Reed regardless. They can also animate their Restless Reef, but it's better than playing Oko there. I don't think Oko's gonna be very strong there. So it looks like they got counter spells in their list here. I have a feeling this means they don't have any of the demons package. So let's see how they attack here. Okay, this is going for us. And then do I go for the Schooner for the curiosity or the flood pits? I think we sacrifice the schooner here. Okay, we currently survive with Vivian Reed here. Unless they have something else. I'm curious to see what they have. They know about our curiosity. Our opponent's thinking here. Okay. We untap with Vivian Reed, so we'll plus, hoping for something like a Drowner here. I have a feeling they're keeping up something like a counter spell here. So if we attack, they can animate the Restless Reef. Okay. Do we play Curiosity here? I don't think so. I think we just get in for 3. Okay, no problem here. Let's do this on 4. We lose to a 3 steps ahead. Okay. Maybe we plus this.
Our plans are beyond your comprehension.
Okay. We do have a Hex Catcher here to block, but they can animate the Restless Reef here. Yeah, to make sure that they get in and kill our Planeswalkers. It's like our opponent's thinking a lot here. Then we'll flash in Hexcatcher here, save our Vivian Reed. Use the Vivian Reed to get rid of the Curiosity. Wonder what they have. Oh, a Beastbinder. Okay, okay. Well, let's plus here. Let's see, we can also just plus Vivian Reed here. Play Oko, make a 3/3. I think this has to go in the Preacher still. And then this goes on the Curiosity. And then let's just take this opportunity to play around their counter spells by tapping out and double spelling here. Gonna be a difficult game, because they can Azure Beastbinder the Curiosity. But at least we can possibly save Jace here. It's until your next turn. Yeah, that's really scary. I think we're gonna let Jace die here. I mean, it's gonna die regardless. Get one of their life linkers. Then we have Oko. But they're drawing enough cards. Yeah, they're gonna just bury us with card advantage here. Our best bet is to do Restless Vinestock, I think, but... Ooh. Yeah. They can tap something here.
I love a dramatic entrance.
And we just got out-tempoed here, I think. We can create a elk, or just go with Vinestock. No, this is game. They're going to be drawing more cards next turn. Let's go to game 2 here. Save some mental energy. And we'll bring in Frillbacks, Pick Your Poisons, Eaten by Piranhas, and Unable to Scream. We'll put away Unsummon. I think Deeproot Pilgrimage might not be the play here, but we'll see. I think Jace the Perfected Minds here can do some work. Especially against their flyers. The Frillback is mostly for their Curiosity. And then these are for their flyers. I think we actually do remove the Deeproot Pilgrimage here. As strange as that is. And then our scouts are not as good when there's no Deeproot Pilgrimage. And kind of just gets outclassed by their flyers and their 2/4s in the ground. They likely have Shouldered as well in their list. So, gotta be mindful of that. Okay, we'll be on the play here, looking for some action. This is something. We just really need lands here. But this is a good tempo play here. Okay, Unable to Scream is nice. They'll probably land and pass here. Ah, okay. We are okay with this. Okay, Scout is great here. Hoping for a land. Really hoping for a land. That's not a land. And then we'll just attack here. We'll save Unable to Scream for something like a Preacher. Yup. We can also just attack right now. And then if they block, we Eat It by Piranhas it. They're probably trying to think what we have here, because this is quite the attack. Okay, and then here we'll just add more to the board by playing the Drowner here. This could be a counter, so... yeah, this is no problem. I don't mind them attacking here. We just really need a land, though. We can't block that, right? Guys, what can we do about this? You just have to attack. Hope to race here. Yeah, I don't know. If they have a counter here, it's over for us. But we have to make do with what we have here. Okay, that's something. Still need another land here. Let's see. This looks like a Kaito. Oh, it's an Enduring Curiosity. Okay. So that we can unable to scream, no problem. Okay, that's nice. I think we Tidebinder the Schism. Yeah. Or do we unable to scream now? No, I think it has to be Tidebinder here. It's the more mana efficient play. Okay. Tidebinder this. Okay. Do we just trade with the Schism here and then unable to scream the Curiosity? Or do we do this, but they still have the Curiosity? No, I think we have to keep our 2/2 here. And then we can always frill back the enchantment here. Oh, rough, guys. Really rough. Not much what we can do here. Okay, they probably have a Phantom Interference here, but we just have to play out our spells. No attacks. Go for the throat. Well, we're so behind, and I don't think we're going to be able to crawl back here. They're going to be drawing 3 cards. We're at 8. They're still at 14. And us stumbling on lands there just really put us behind. We don't have any big spells like Aetherize or anything like that to deal with them. So this looks like it's going to be a loss here. Let's see what we draw, and if it's nothing that can really bring us back here. I don't even know what could. None of our Planeswalker do it. Even if we draw a land, we get to deal with the Curiosity here. But yeah, Tidebinder's not it. Alright, let's give our opponent a good game. It is what it is. That was still fun. Okay, we lost our pips here, but it is what it is. I feel like we're at least close to the diamond ranks. And there we have it, guys. So 5 great games there. We went 4-1. Unfortunate that we got a very quick game in round 4 and get to play it out with the opponent. And game 5, We lost that one, but man, I really enjoyed the Dimir midrange matchup. Something about two midrange decks playing tempo in the early game is just, it feels like a great chess match, if you know what I mean. And I really, really enjoy that kind of test of skill. But nevertheless, I am also quite impressed with Jace in the main board here. Now I'm kind of thinking I'll have him as just part of the main board now. Even as a 2 of, I think you saw in round 1 how great it was at really distracting the mono red deck into deciding, do I attack the player or do I attack the planeswalker? So if resolved and it sticks for a long time, you can just save a lot of life. And I really like that. It adds quite a great dimension to this already planeswalker heavy deck. And I am also glad that we brought in back the Unable to Screams and the Eaten by Piranhas, just as a way to deal with very problematic creatures, mostly the black ones like Preacher of the Schism and Sheoldred, and maybe Archfiend of the Dross, something along those lines. But really enjoying that. And I also think that this is very close to what I'd play in an RCQ now. So we'll see. We still got about a week and a half until the RCQ I'm planning to go to. I'm going to continue working on this and continue climbing. The goal is still to try and get to Mythic before Pioneer Masters drops. We'll see if that happens. The reason why I really want to get to Mythic is because once Pioneer Masters drops and the cards are available for the brew I made, I want to send that brew through the rank ladder as well. But I don't want to necessarily cannibalize our rank here. And once you hit Mythic, you can't rank down from what I'm understanding. But either way, I don't think we'll care much about rank if we don't hit Mythic by the time Pioneer Masters get out. We just want to send in with our brews and start testing and refining it and making it competitive. We've also got the Timeless Metagame Challenge coming out this weekend. Look forward to a video there. I got a sweet brew. I think it's gonna work. I think maybe this is copium, but I think I created a good deck. So we'll see how we do. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for all of the engagement, all of the support. Really appreciate it. Super honored that you're here this early into this YouTube project of mine. And let me know what decks you guys play, and let me know what formats you guys play. I really want to start a discussion on where to invest a lot of my time and wildcards into. So we'll see. All right, guys. Thank you so much. As always, have a great day.